Campus Tour crew, welcome back everybody here on our journey to get a win with every single team in college football 26 road to the college football playoff mode. Today headed to beautiful Palo Alto, California, the Stanford Cardinal and their freaky tree mascot we see on our screen right there, courtesy of CDog70 here on YouTube. Remember last time he requested a team, we actually matched up against him. We'll see if that happens here again today. If there's a team you guys want to see on the campus tour, just make sure to leave it down in a comment below. We should have a pinned comment showing all the available teams that still need to be requested. We've only got 4 as of the recording of this on the open request board. If I get through those 4, I'm just going to kind of go through the remaining teams however I see fit. Probably just go top to bottom. Anyway, Stanford. So interesting fun fact about their playbook. They do not have goal line in their offensive playbook. I never really use goal line that much anyway, but they do have the split T. Just something, maybe we'll rock a little bit of the split T here with Stanford. We will see. We have a few changes to the depth chart. I've already gone through and made these, speed things up a little bit. One is going to be at quarterback, Elijah Brown, 76 overall, 78 speed, had better throwing stats, better everything. So we'll just go ahead and throw him in at quarterback 1. Halfback 1, I am going to keep Micah Ford here, elusive bruiser with 89 speed and silver armbar. I'd much rather have the 6 foot, 220 pound halfback in there than try to get one more speed and put Cole Tab in there. So we're going to keep Micah Ford in that spot. Wide receiver, no changes made here either, actually. And it's pretty good for a tier 4 team. CJ Williams, 81 overall, 90 speed. Bryce Farrell, 78 overall, 92 speed. Caden High, 91 speed. Even down here, we have another 91 speed. If we do want to put another one in there, I mean, we might as well throw him at wide receiver 4. Why the heck not? I don't expect us to be running too much for wide receiver sets here with Stanford, but you never know. Tight end, a very good one here with Sam Roush, sure hands, 83 speed, 6'5". Love to see that. So Stanford, we should have bit of a disappointing offensive line, honestly. I was hoping for a little bit better than that. At corners, we are going to keep, again, no changes here. The only thing we've changed so far is quarterback. We do have a couple coming up. At corner 1, we're going to be keeping Colin Wright, 88 overall, 90 speed, jammer, blanket coverage, and Brandon Nicholson, 91 speed, 6 foot tall. Free safety, we're actually going to keep this Mr. Mitch Legber, 6'1", 200 pounds, 87 speed. At strong safety, we are going to move free safety Jalen Day Sumlin, starting up at strong safety for us, because of who we're going to have at sub linebacker. So if we go down here, rush left end, we're just going to keep this as our hammer ability. We'll keep our rush right end there in that spot. Sub linebackers, we're going to have 2 strong safeties here, both with bronze blow up. Scotty Edwards, 6'1", only 85 speed, kind of unfortunate. But then Jay Green, 6'3", 88 speed. I was kind of tempted to keep him up top with that size and speed, but I think as a sub linebacker, he's going to be very, very good. So that is how we are going to set up the Stanford Cardinal. Offensively, we've got some tight flex. We've got some bunch halfback strong, which isn't my favorite bunch, but it's a bunch in an EA game. Of course, it's going to be good. So we'll try out a few different things here. They got a lot of split back stuff. A lot of things for us to try. So we're going to go into road to the college football playoff. Our Heisman season currently sitting at 4-0 for this year, 124-12 overall. And I think we have, what, like 17 games left or something like that. We're getting there. And the plan is going to be for us to live stream the last however many we have. And well, this is coming out Sunday. So it'd be this coming Saturday, January 31st. I'm hoping we'll get down to about 10 teams left and we'll just try to knock it all out in a day and then upload them on here. So Old Man Trying 28 on Twitch if you wanna watch that. Starting about noon central probably on January 31st. So Stanford, we are going to search tier 4. This is just going to be our first attempt with the Stanford Cardinals. If we win, great, they're done. We are moving on. If we lose, we've got to use Stanford until we get a win with them. We have to cross them off the board before we can move on to our next squad. Let's see who we get. Stanford on the road, campus tour. Let's go. Well, it looks like no tier 4 opponents are going to be found. We're kind of due for a loss, potentially a whooping, because we are going to open this up to any tier and see who we get. I like the looks of Stanford as a tier 4 team. I don't know if I like their looks against any tier, but we're going to do what we're going to do. So we're going to search any tier. We're going to try to find an opponent here and see who we get. And okay, that was fast. The second we open that up to any tier, we found a matchup. Hopefully it's at worst just tier 3 and not Indiana or something. Florida State. Okay. So in real life, I believe Stanford beat Florida State this past season, so we got that going for us. That was in Stanford, though. Or was it Cal? It was one of those teams FSU lost to. Florida State is a Tier 3 team. Tommy Castellanos, he is in Heisman. He has one national championship. Likes to pass a little bit more than run. Could have been much worse considering we're going to Tier 3. Could have been 100% worse. We will take that. Stanford, Florida State, a classic ACC showdown. Let's go Cardinal. We're really hoping he is not just going to run around like a complete maniac with Castellanos, but he might. So coming out in some trips. We are going to set up just kind of our basic RPO defense here first. Definitely going to have to contain against Tommy for sure. We're going to hard flat the trip side. Try to get out here for the run, and the backside gets on in there. Brings him down only for a gain of 1. Good stuff, boys. Same kind of thing here with him being out in trio right. We're still going to hard flat that right side. Yes, Richardson. Yes, Richardson. I don't remember I mentioned in the beginning, but we put Richardson at slot corner because he's pretty tall, I think, and he gets big on the Stanford running back. I was not going to be happy if he caught that one. Ooh, would I not have been thrilled. All right, that's how we start here, Stanford. So we have split wide off, split slot open. I am going to start in our bunch just because it's a bunch. We can't go too wrong with it. The only thing, we don't really have gosh, that mascot. We don't have just like an inside zone type of run, which is unfortunate. Oh, we are running out of time. We're just going to have to snap this ball. And whatever happens from here, happens from here. I don't remember our buttons. Get it out to Y. Good find. Oop, cut it back inside. Oh, get it to Ford. Takes it in for the Stanford touchdown. Good rollout. Good find there by Brown. Under pressure, under duress. Rolling out of the pocket. Brown dumps one down to Ford. He does the rest. 30 seconds in with FSU starting with the ball. That's a 7-0 lead for the Cardinal. Let's go. Now, I do think on defense we got a little lucky there. I'm guessing he pushed the wrong button. Something happened. I'm not entirely sure. But, I mean, we'll take it. We're going to try that civil defense again. Now at a 2-4, which I think is what he usually does. The left Tom 2-man, pinch our line, shade underneath. So we'll have the 5-yard hooks and 10-yard flats and see how that goes for us. I liked it when we tried it with Northwestern, but it wasn't in 2-4. So I'm curious to see if it's going to work too much better here, better or worse. Stay right over here. I mean, just nowhere to go. The 10-yard flat right on that curl. We just take the deep. The stunt gets in there. Okay, Stanford, okay. Oh, the stunt didn't get in there. The contain did because he just dropped back too far. So now split pro near. I mean, we'll just stay doing what we're doing here. I don't know. I don't know about it here, though. See, yeah, because I just don't love it on those flats. Trying to get a big hit. Somebody, oh, there. That's a big hit. If he's going to be going to those RPOs and things, then we will have to kind of reconsider a little bit. But that was a nice hit. Like stack Y flex, I don't think there's an RPO out of here. I could be wrong. I could 100% be wrong, but I don't think there is. Hot routing a lot of things. We're going to stay on Edwards. Got to watch right over the middle here. Good swat. Good swat. I tried to click on, which was going to be a risky move. I don't know if we would have been able to actually make a play on that. Oh, that's right. And they have the box formations. These do not have RPOs. They are very good formations, though. I forgot about these. Let's see if he's going one of the motion plays. No, going with the verticals. We're going to stay on the halfback and try to go get little boy Tommy. Try to go get the little guy. That's definitely a concern for us, is if he is going to be taking off and running with his quarterback. Castellanos is very, very fast. It is going to be a run. Go fill that gap just enough. We'll keep him to a gain of 4. We're okay with that. Bunch trio open. Is this an RPO formation? I forgot to stunt, but I think we'll be okay. Get back to the deep middle and just right to the other hook, Mr. Edwards. Oh, get out, Edwards. Get out, buddy. You are so slow. There's just no shot you're going to make it all the way there. But Edwards, just that Castellanos just lofts one up again. The Stanford defense is there yet again, making a play, getting us that ball back yet again. What do we want to go to here? They've got some interesting empty here with quads trio and just regular old quads. We got some good trip stuff. Tight flex, just for something a little different? Sure. Let's go a little tight flex mesh. And if he's in that big man blitz again, we're probably just going to look for Y. He is. Get it out to Y. Mr. Brown, we had that. Goes with the saw blitz. That was open. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to a little mesh out of gun. See, now this actually looks like it might be zone from where that safety was. We might be looking underneath on one of these. Tight end right there. Perfect. Steamroll him too. Tackle battle. Fight your way in there. Coward needed a little backup. Roush was definitely going to win that one. But it was match zone, which is not going to do well against those type of plays. First and goal. Stanford Cardinal. Come out in a little trips. Ooh. Should have said audibles because I would love to have an RPO going to our B receiver here. We are just going to keep it to a run though with our elusive bruiser boy. And look at the blocking. Go celebrate with the tree. Go celebrate with that weird tree. Come on. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on, Stanford. Defense gets 2 stops. Ford takes another one in for the score. 14-0 Cardinal here in Tallahassee. And I see no reason for us to stop doing what we're doing here. Cover 3 cloud. 10-yard flats. Left Tom 2-man. Contain, shade everybody underneath, and we'll get on Edwards. It is not going to be a run this time. Stay on. Oh my goodness. Dude, this defense, man, this defense is hollering. As long as we stayed on that Texas route, he just had nothing. So we're going to single back east now. Oh, I forgot to stunt. Let's try to do that here quick. It was a left Tom 2-man. Perfect. Get right over here with Edwards. Let's see if we can't shoot this run. Don't need to. Nowhere to go again. The contains. Get around there. Bring him down for the sack. Stanford Cardinal up 16-0 now in the first. And getting that ball back. Just getting all over little guy Castellanos. Just giving him nowhere to go. Just fair catch this one. We'll take that at the 46-yard line. And that might just do it for us here. I wouldn't be mad at it. We had to wait a long time to find a game. If we can just get in, get out, I would be very happy with that. And your peer has indeed conceded the game. That is Stanford done. That is Stanford off the board. Obviously, with that game going as quick as it did there, we will go ahead, hop into practice mode a little bit, look at some of the other interesting things in this Stanford playbook, including the split T. But what a win for the Cardinal to head into Tallahassee there, Tier 3, Florida State. And that guy wasn't Heisman, just had no answer for that. That cover 3, 10-yard flats, shade underneath, 2-man, left Tom 2-man stunt with contains. It's a pretty nasty defense. Shout out Civil for that one. Let's head to practice mode and check out the rest of the Stanford playbook. Because there are quite a few things in this playbook we just didn't really have the chance to get to. We didn't do a ton on offense in that game. First of which being these 3 different split slot formations. We are just split formations. We have regular split, split Y off, and split slot open. Now these, I feel like, could be pretty good if we had just a little bit of a faster quarterback. Because I love the idea of these different power reads. You got power read, follow, and a play action built on the power reads. But we can't run that with our 70-something speed quarterback. Some of the passes in here, though, and like speed option, would love to do some of these things, but it just doesn't work with Stanford, in my opinion, not with the quarterback we got. But we also just have some basic runs, inside zone split. Again, I've said before, I'll say again, I'm not the biggest fan of the inside zone splits with a guy going to the backside. I don't know. Another one of those things just doesn't really work for me. Maybe it works for you, and that is fantastic. Shakes is a good little pass play out of here, though. In Texas, I always like those ideas of the tight end kind of pushing people down vertically, especially if they're in a zone, and then that opens up for that Texas route right underneath them. So regular split looks fine, but you do need a faster quarterback for it, in my opinion. Where we get to split Y off, again, we are seeing more of those quarterback escort bash reads. Like, we're going to have some quarterback runs in here, but we're also going to have some really, really good passes, like H choice. Things with a built-in return route underneath. We have that tight end corner route, all going to be very good against man coverage. Even that C route, if you got somebody running press and like shaded underneath, stem up that C route, gonna absolutely cook them. I'll try to show if we put them, I mean, we could do it in 2-man under, but I feel like a better example would be if we can get some press man without the 2 high safeties. So let's see if we can find like a cover 1 robber press out of dime rush. See, they're not actually really pressed though. So that kind of ruins my argument. But if we stem up this C route, yeah, it only really works when they're pressed is the thing. We got to find a play where they're actually pressed, which maybe they don't even do in this formation. Or maybe I just called the wrong thing. There's certainly options. Yeah, we put them in cover one robber press, so, and I don't have two controllers, so there's not really much we can do about it. Anywho, we can still see our tight end absolutely cooks on that corner route. Our return route underneath is winning on that too, especially, I mean, we put them, they were in a formation with linebackers on the field, which are probably going to be pretty slow. But if they actually do come out and press our outside corner, if you just stem up that C route, that does do a good job, I promise. You'll just, I guess, have to take my word for it because we can't get them to press in this gosh dang formation. But in both split Y off and split slot open, we have these backs cross plays, which are phenomenal. These plays are so good as long as your backs can actually get out of the backfield. We'll just put them in a random defense for this one, but a lot of times these guys will go through and get stuck. Now, a thing I will like to do here is put our tight end on something a little bit more vertical. I just don't like him and RB and X are going to end up in very similar areas of the field here on the left. So we just take our tight end and put him on a post or something instead. We'll have that comeback bringing down a deep zone that's over on the left. You could potentially hit your tight end over the top of that, or if they are dropping back, we should have one of our underneath guys here. So we'll see how this one shakes out. We'll just take the underneath. They had two guys staying back, so we'll just dump that one down. And then this one does use your fullback, so we can always adjust who that is. But we're just trying to look at where the defense is. So here we should have our tight end. Just wait for that comeback to actually come back and open up a little space for us to hit that post. But I much prefer these plays with that post on the inside. I just think that works a lot better. But as long as those two backs are getting out, they're essentially making a mesh from the backfield, which meshes in general very difficult for defenses to deal with. Meshes coming out of the backfield are going to be just about impossible. Wheel trail, also a pretty good little play here in split Y off. We got some more read options, more just basic runs. And then split slot open. So we have a DIY sweep reverse. I can never, ever get those to work. If you can, hats off to you, tip of the cap, salute. Good for you. I cannot do it. But much like we saw in the regular split, we got some more power read stuff here. Not great for Stanford, but if you like the power reads, if you got a fast quarterback, this Stanford playbook, very, very interesting. We have that backs cross again. This time it's not our tight end attached to the line. It's our slot receiver out to the right, which maybe that could work a little bit better. Slot post angle, we have that Texas coming from the left, a post over on the right. So these split formations I do think are very good that Stanford has. I just don't think it's great for the Stanford personnel, if that makes sense. Like, if we had a fast quarterback in a dynasty, I love this Stanford playbook. With the quarterbacks that we have actually got here with the Cardinal, I am not convinced. We just can't have a 78 speed with just step up. We like a workhorse, some running ability on a quarterback, and at least be somewhere in the 80s for their speed to really make these split formations at least work for Stanford. Of course, we have some heavy sets here like wing tight, wing slot over. We got some two tight end and quite a few two tight end stuff, some different wing things in here. This bunch I'm not a big fan of. I really didn't like the plays in here. Like drive is okay, but I want something else on A. I just don't like, I feel like those routes take so long to develop. Those where he kind of goes out and then up and then back in. I know they're good. I know they get open, especially with that drag, moving people to the left and then the post pushing everybody back, but I don't know. I think something else, maybe even just a crosser on him or something would work a little bit better. Dig return's a fine play, and we just don't have like an inside zone or a duo. Like we have read option, but we just don't really have great runs out of this bunch halfback strong. So I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Stanford one for their bunch. Usually you can't go too wrong with a bunch, but I really didn't like Stanford's. But even when we get to some of these wider sets like a gun trio, we still have those quarterback runs. It's crazy they don't have like a single fast quarterback, considering how many options and quarterback designed runs are in this playbook. You would really think they'd at least have a backup quarterback or something that'd be able to run those, but they don't. They don't. I've never been a fan of the bunch open formations or bunch wide formations. Now their tight flex is kind of interesting. We do have an 0-1 trap, which is a very good run. You got some good mesh with that corner out in there, mesh with a corner out on the other side. I think I like the mesh on the right a little bit better. That fade route Y is on. You can really catch some people sleeping on that. A lot of corner routes, a lot of different bench play ideas here in their tight flex. We got a little bit of spread mixed in here, a little bit of trips mixed in here, and two empty quads and empty quads trio. I do want to look at these. Again, we've got QB RPOs and a QB run. Why doesn't Stanford have a fast quarterback? For the love of God, it would just make so much sense. QB blast, QB RPO, cross Z post, good. Verts double under, very good play. Of course, all go. You can't go too wrong with that. Wide receiver screen. Okay, then an empty quads trio. Oh, that slot pivot play is nasty. I want to say, I could be 100% wrong on this, but Washington State either has this formation or had it last year, and we played somebody, I know it was in College Football 25, because we played somebody who just spammed this play, and I had nothing I could do against it. I was totally lost in the woods there. So this empty quads trio looks pretty freaking filthy. That smash with a double move there on A. The only problem I have with this 5 wide, FL dig looks great, drive looks great, is I just don't like the 5 wides where we can't block 6. So you could probably motion block somebody in, but like Utah, for example, has 3 different 5 wides with a tight end attached, so you can just block your tight end right from there. I typically like those a little bit better, but they're all 3 of their 5 wides looks like it's a true 5 wide. You can't just block anybody. And much like their split stuff, I think you'd want a faster quarterback to run this Stanford playbook. Pistol, we just have doubles Y off. Single back, we got some real heavy formations with deuce close and wing tight left. And then, of course, the beautiful split T. I actually haven't looked at this yet. There are a few specific plays if we really want to run the split T well, which we made a video on quite a while ago about the split T splitzkrieg, where you just run split T and just do no huddle all the time. I see 2 of the plays. We want fullback dive, we want halfback inside. We need a toss, yes, fullback toss, and we got 1 page left. We have to see curls, or it's like tight end corner or something like that. Tight end corner. Okay, so we could definitely run the split T splitzkrieg with Stanford, but this is another one. It definitely helps to have a faster quarterback. So if you're curious, I'll put a link up in here over somewhere on the screen here where I fully broke down how we run that split T splitzkrieg, because it's a ton of fun and drives people absolutely insane. Wouldn't recommend doing it with Stanford. Ohio State's probably your best bet, but it is a ton of fun if you want to try something very different. So that is it for our Stanford episode here. Go into Tallahassee and put BTA to those Seminoles. Fun playbook. I just don't think it really matches the Stanford depth chart super well. Like, we just need some speed at quarterback, man. But we had a good time with the boys. Defense certainly showed up, showed out. It was a good showing. That'll do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.